Before we start today's video, once again, I must promote another election night stream. That is right, folks. This Tuesday, June 28th at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the election night stream, aka Super Tuesday 4, will commence. We have a lot of big primaries, Illinois, New York, etc. And well, folks, I want everybody to tune in. So if you can, first link in the description down below, click it, you will be sent to the live stream. As usual, click that reminder button so the second the live stream starts, you get notified when it starts. Hope everybody tunes in, of course, share with your friends, all that good stuff, and yeah. Alright, folks, let's get right into the video. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video, and today, it is time that we discuss another America First candidate, in my opinion, that has a serious shot of winning this Tuesday. That's right, folks. It is time that we discuss the one, the only, Jackson Lahmeyer. Now, I know I haven't discussed this race, I don't think at all, but I think with the primary coming up this Tuesday, I think it's a good time to discuss this race because this is a serious shot of getting rid of a rhino incumbent in James Lankford with a true America First candidate in Jackson Lahmeyer. And I know the polls are showing that, Lahmeyer is nowhere close, but I think he has a shot. Will he get to a runoff? I'll show you. But before I forget, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash that like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and yes, of course, go follow that mysterious Twitter account in the description down below. And yeah, also before I forget, of course, just like the intro stated, make sure to click that link in the description down below. You'll be taken to the election night stream, and you know what to do. Click the reminder button, share with all your friends. I want a lot of people. I want hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands of people at this stream. Should be a big W of a night. We have a lot of races, of course, Mississippi, you get it. There's a lot of big races happening. Alright, folks, it is time that we discuss, my opinion, an underrated race. This race has not been discussed much, if at all. That is, of course, the Oklahoma Senate race. Now, I know the Senate, there's a special election in Oklahoma. I'll do a video on that later. But for now, it's time that we discuss the actual, Senate race that's happening this year. I mean, the other one's a special election. Technically wasn't supposed to happen this year, but you get the point. So, James Lankford is the incumbent, and boy, oh boy, does this guy suck. His voting record's kind of trash, and it's just, for Oklahoma, it's unexcusable. This guy does not have a good voting record at all. Yeah, I know Numbers USA, gives him a good score, but you gotta look deep into his score. You realize the votes that actually matter, like, hey, reduce unnecessary worker visas. He has a garbage score. So that's the problem. He has, on paper, a decent record. You go deep, not so much. Not a good record whatsoever. And there's a reason Trump, snubbed Lankford of endorsement because, well, they don't necessarily like each other. Now, I wish Trump would endorse Lankford's main challenger and Jackson Lahmeyer. Look, a couple months ago I would have said I don't think he had that much of a chance. Well, recently something happened that we'll get to in a second I think could upend this race. But who is Jackson Lahmeyer? Well, you scroll up here, he's a pastor for a church. That's essentially all you need to know about him. But on the issues, once again, he's an America First warrior. Look at this issues page. It's not the traditional radical socialism. It's an actual platform. Does it go as in-depth as some other candidates? No. But it goes in such good detail compared to other people that is a good platform. Obviously, election integrity is his number one issue. I'm not going to not talk about that because, again, YouTube is YouTube. But you look at the rest of stuff, the Constitution, immigration. Immigration's a big one. And, well, he actually has a pretty good issue on immigration. He wants to end illegal immigration, end chain migration, which again is a big, fat issue. And well, go follow his Twitter. He has said some good takes about immigration. America first. Now again, you know what I mean with America first. That means putting the American citizens first. This stuff here, alright, the traditional free market principles, this stuff is cringe. This stuff is garbage, right? Like, seriously, how does this relate to America first? Like, at all. But the rest of it's good. Like, for example, he talks about how there is a GOP civil war underway, with, Mitch McConnell essentially being the head of the establishment, and, well, Trump is kind of the leading the America First movement. That is a good equation that, hey, that's what it really is. You got the establishment that McConnell, I would say, is the head of it. I wouldn't say anything else. And, well, he attacks Langford for, being a shill for McConnell. That is a good idea. As everybody probably knows, McConnell's the most disliked person in America right now. I think his favorability rating's like 20% now. I mean, half Republicans despise this guy. He's not popular, and well, it is a good idea to attack this. But also, he is good on stuff like cultural issues, like abortion and cancel culture. Again, the guy is a pastor, so you would expect him to be a conservative on social and cultural issues. He talks about oil and gas. I looked at Langford's platform. I really didn't see much about oil and gas in Oklahoma. So Lahmeyer's talking about issues that matter. Again, Oklahoma, that's big oil and gas. That's gas country right there. And, Langford doesn't really talk about it. I mean, seriously, you're in frickin' Oklahoma. He also talks about, Social Security, etc. So it is an in-detail platform that, well, it's good overall. And again, go follow his Twitter page. He goes more in detail with some of his stances. It's good stuff. But the question is this: does he have a shot of winning? Well, before a couple days ago, I would have said maybe he forces Langford under 60%. That's what I thought. Okay, again, Oklahoma has a runoff. The goal is force this clown into a runoff. I thought maybe Langford was going to maybe get under 60. Again, the polls are showing him at high 60s. Again, small sample sizes. It's like you really can't do much with a 400-person sample size. But something happened a couple days ago, and it makes me think very much of what happened to Van Taylor. Again, the similarities are, well, uncanny. Get the meme? Look what he said in 2010, Langford. 13-year-old can consent to sex. Just read this. You see the problem. This clown back in 2010 said a 13-year-old boy could consent to sex. Again, go read the entire thing. This is disgusting what this guy said. And again, nobody's going to attack him for it on the loser right. They attack, Oz for misquoting him or something like that. But this is significantly worse than what Oz said. Look, with Oz, he said some stuff that he shouldn't have said, but when you look at the context, it's not that bad. He talked about it, but that's about it. He never advocated for 13-year-olds having the ability to consent to having sex. I mean, this reminds me a lot of what happened to Van Taylor. Literally 2 days before the primary or so, it seemed like the guy was going to win by a lot. One of the biggest rhinos in Texas. Well, a big scandal came out, and well, he's gone. So that's essentially what I think is going to happen here. And it appears Lahmeyer is hammering Langford on this. A lot of people in Oklahoma, I've heard, are also doing it. So this puts the race, well, an opportunity for Lahmeyer. Again, Langford, for being in Oklahoma, has a pathetic voting record. So again, the goal is force the loser into a runoff. I think there's a shot at it now. Especially with this recent scandal. It's very uncanny how similar it is to what happened to Van Taylor. Basically the same amount of days before the election, like 3 or 4 days prior. This is the possible or chance to get rid of a big, fat rhino. I mean, I don't understand what people like about Langford. It's like, okay, you have a mediocre voting record compared to other people in Oklahoma. I expected a bit more. And I think Langford, if he's forced into a runoff, he loses. I think Trump would endorse Lahmeyer in a runoff. So hopefully Langford gets forced into a runoff. Will he? We just gotta see, but hopefully he does. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share it to friends, hit that little bell, and yes, of course, go follow that mysterious Twitter account in the description down below. And yeah, guys, we're gonna have multiple videos today, so again, be ready, because another Oklahoma video, and there's a special race that we gotta talk about up in New York later today. So yeah, expect 2 other videos today. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.